Hey guys, who has joined? Let's begin in a couple of minutes. Let's wait for some more people to join in. हेलो कुशवन, कैसे हो? Okay, let's wait for 5 minutes or a couple of minutes. Some of my Telegram subscribers will also be joining in. हेलो वरुण, आई रेड योर मैसेज कि आपने एक चार्ट शेयर किया था और डाउट लिखा था कि इसमें क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट है करके. सो आई विल आंसर इट इन दिस सेशन. और थर्ड कौन है? हैज अंकुर जॉइंड? सुजीत जॉइंड? Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. Hang on. Meanwhile, I will share my chart. Okay, so now slowly we have some audience, so now we can begin shortly. Meher has joined. Great, Meher. Meher is also one of my very old Telegram subscriber. I think we have been connected since more than 2 years, if I'm not wrong. Let's wait for few more people. I think Sujit is also has texted me that he is joining. Sujit and Raghav are also joining. मेहर तो he has been connected with me since a long time. जब मतलब 26 सितंबर को 26 सितंबर 2024 को I had posted it that Nifty has formed a major top, at least 2000 points of fall loading. और तब मेहर was quite new to my Elliott wave का expertise. So उस टाइम पे I think he was there in this Ashish Kyal's batch. I was one of the mentors in Ashish Kyal's batch. और उस टाइम आशीष क्याल तो एज ऑलवेज ही वाज बुलिश कि नहीं नहीं अभी कुछ नहीं होगा, 3 कैंडल फॉलो हो रहा है. और मेहर ने आशीष क्याल का सुनी थी और मैंने एक ही स्टेटमेंट दिया था, निफ्टी हैज फॉर्म्ड अ मेजर टॉप एंड एटलीस्ट 2000 पॉइंट्स ऑफ फॉल लोडिंग. एग्जैक्ट 26 सितंबर को मैंने लिखा था. और उस टाइम पे मेहर डिसाइडेड कि नहीं, आई विल होल्ड माय पोजीशन, मुझे पोर्टफोलियो से एग्जिट नहीं करना है. एंड फिर जो फॉल चालू हुआ, द वाटरफॉल डिक्लाइन विच हैपेंड, मतलब सबकी वो जो बोलते हैं ना, चीखें निकल गई थी. एंड देन ही बोर्ड डाउन टू मी एंड देन ही वाज द वन हु इनिशिएटेड कि आराध्य, यू स्टार्ट योर ओन टेलीग्राम सब्सक्रिप्शन एंड यू गाइड अस, we have full faith in you. ऐसा करके then previously I used to never share my analysis, I used to never share my chart, nothing. I was quite मतलब I had this whatever work I am doing, it has come out of a lot of hard work and patience, so it shouldn't be going out so easily to everyone. This journey began. Can you give us into intro regarding GAN analysis? It's GAN, GANN, especially for someone who is looking forward to learn. सीखो आप. अभी क्या बताऊं मैं. अभी currently I'm not a GAN expert, or I'm not advertising any GAN expertise, but I have learned GAN, but on this platform I will not share anything. मतलब आप लोगों के लिए गान एक्सपर्ट्स तो काफी सोशल मीडिया पे, ट्विटर पे है, कुछ भी लिखते हैं वो. टनल थ्रू द एयर इज अ फिक्शन बुक, और उसको वो कुछ भी, मतलब सब के सब फ्रॉड है. अभी एक मैंने 2-3 कोर्सेज लिए थे और मैं तभी समझ गया था कि ये सोशल मीडिया पे सभी लोग ऐसे ही है. एक बंदा है कि वो बेचता है गान कोर्सेज, और नाम होता है मैजिक कैंडल, और हाय सुजीत, वी विल गेट स्टार्टेड मैजिक कैंडल, और फिर कुछ भी, मतलब 9 AM को मार्केट खुलने के बाद जो पहला कैंडल बनता है उस पे हाई एंड लो मार्क करो, अगर मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा दैट इज द मैजिक कैंडल, ऐसे करके सिखाते हैं. एंड देन दे कॉल इट गान, और फिर लोगों का इंप्रेशन होता है, अरे बाप रे क्या एनालिसिस किया है, और देन दे बो डाउन टू देम कि ग्रेट एनालिसिस. तो ऐसे गान पढ़ना है लोगों को. आई विल हाईली एनकरेज कि ऐसे ही गान पढ़ो. फिर कुछ लोग हैं जो गान मैग्नेट करके बोलते हैं और ग्रिड बनाते हैं. तो लिटरली कैन यू गाइस सी माय स्क्रीन? इज इट विजिबल? Okay, so now I have started sharing the screen. Who all are online? Okay, so now on YouTube, this connection issue begins. Are you guys able to see the stream clearly? Are you guys able to hear me? Am I audible? Okay. Anyways, so uh, now you are visible. Okay, sure. So firstly, I encourage कि बहुत ज्यादा ओवर थिंकिंग नहीं करना है. तो over here, because after this whatever move happened was very volatile and violent, there were no internals visible in this move. Even if you go to a 5-minute chart, you might not be able to clearly see the internals within this first wave. So that ultimately gives us a hint that it was an impulsive move. That impulsive move did not have any sideways movement, nor it had any retracement in the form of zigzag or whatever. So this was an impulsive decline. We can assume that. Sir, chart isn't visible. Why chart isn't visible? अभी तो. Is it visible now? Wait, I will again share it. Is it visible now? Okay. Okay. Previously also I was sharing it, but I don't know what was the issue. It was not maybe visible to you guys. Okay. Anyways, so what I wanted to say is that over here we got a small triangle. We know that the rise is corrective and it has to come down. So we are able to identify that this is a classic flat correction. The rise was was a zigzag rise, so 3 3, and then we know that the decline is going to happen in a 5-wave move. So that the 3 3 5 pattern. And over here, the first leg which I have marked one, it was a very sharp and volatile move. Even on a minute chart, you might not be able to see the internals of it. So that was conclusive enough to tell us that the fall was impulsive, because it had no sideways movement, or sideways consolidation, or it had no deep retracement. So it was pretty much clear that the fall was impulsive. And then once this fall, let's say, completed over here, then we started to get the friction. So basically, corrective pattern started to unfold. So all we need to know, more importantly, is that on a larger, on an hourly time frame, we have got a corrective rise. अब इस rise के exact internals में, first of all, Elliott wave is not a technique for a forecasting purpose. It's not a forecasting technique. This technique is basically to tell you, Elliott wave is basically supposed to be used to understand the maturity of the trend. कि okay, once the trend has started, is it the primary trend? Is it a secondary trend? Is the trend impulsive or is the trend corrective? These are the main hints we should be looking for. And then later on, to add more clarity in the analysis, we can add on Fibonacci ratios. We can even subdivide those waves in the small minute internals. This is how Elliott wave needs to be understood. It is not a forecasting tool. It is a tool to understand the maturity of the trend, and then it is not a primary forecasting tool, I will say, and then its secondary purpose is to do the forecasting. But agar matlab, these are my thoughts. This is whatever I, based on, I have references to even explain this view. But if you do follow this ideology, you will see better success in your trading journey compared to what you see on social media कि every single move को ये ऐसा label करो, वैसा label करो. If you guys remember, in the last session when we conducted it, it was Friday over here, somewhere over here. So in that session only itself, I said that I don't want to label this move, but the fall is happening in a corrective sequence, and there will be a pullback, and that pullback could form the two. So this is what I claimed over here. This is ultimately what it means by judging the maturity of the trend. Is the trend matured enough to reverse? So I was expecting a pullback somewhere over here. Then during the weekend, immediately on Saturday, if you guys go to my Twitter account, I immediately posted the chart on BankNifty कि यहाँ पे अभी A B हुआ है, and then there will be a C leg up. So this is how you need to actually use Elliott wave to your advantage. But okay, Varun had shared his chart. I saw his chart on Twitter, and he had some query कि सर ये इसको मैंने जो लेबल किया है वो करेक्ट है कि नहीं. तो आई कैन डू द लेबलिंग, मतलब इंटरनल में जाके भी लेबलिंग में कर सकता हूँ. इफ आई गो टू अ 5 minute चार्ट, आई हैव प्रीवियसली नॉट लेबल्ड दिस, बट just to answer the query, I have labeled it. This is what has happened. So this was one formed over here. The rise was zigzag. This triangle gave the hints. This was an A. Again the fall, if this fall you want to label, this is a double zigzag over here. One A B C X A B C. This was a double zigzag. So 3 3, and then the move went up in a 5-wave move. 1 2 3. This was a triangle again. 4 1 2 3 4 5. So over here A B and C completed. Then this was an X wave. This is also a classic flat correction. 3 3 1 2 3 4 5 5. X completed over here. Then again this went up in zigzag. A B. This was a small B wave, was a flat correction. A B C. This formed an A of a triangle, and over here a small bearish contracting triangle formed. So ultimately, what you learn in the Robert Proctor's books and all other textbooks of Elliott wave, this is a classic double correction. A W, X and Y, where Y wave is a triangle. So as soon as you get a triangle, मैंने ये एक्चुअली मतलब देखा था कि अच्छा बेरिश ट्रायंगल बन गया है, एंड देन इमीडिएटली आई पोस्टेड कि 11 फरवरी को इन द इवनिंग आई पोस्टेड कि टॉप ऑलमोस्ट बन गया है, एंड even my another GAN analysis was able to hint me कि okay, now this is a turning date. So I know that a turn is coming. I know that the Elliott wave also trend is matured enough to reverse, and so then the fall began. So even if you want me, Aradhya triangle superb. Sandeep Thakrar. Hi Sandeep Thakrar, welcome. So this was a bearish contracting triangle, and the internals are also clear. And usually in triangles, usually E wave also forms a triangle, but if it's very hard to label it over here. It's not possible to label it all these things in a small portion. But over here, E wave was also a small triangle. So this is classic theory, matlab textbook theory. But this is not required. This is not required. If you ask me, I can do it. But to me, this is not required. ऐसे internals में जाओगे, you will definitely be going wrong. Elliott wave का मतलब ये नहीं है कि every single term को forecast करो. You see the maturity of the trend, एंड देन यू फोरकास्ट। अभी यहाँ पे अगर फोरकास्ट करने को अगर बोला गया तो मोस्ट लाइकली this was one, this was a WXY2 formed over here, and this is going this is the wave 3 which is going on currently. अभी वो आई थिंक यहाँ पे कहीं पे तो खत्म होगी, so most likely this is what is happening. So if I were to forecast it, this is one, this is two, this is supposedly three will form, then again we will get a pullback, then again decline. So this is what the bird's eye Elliott wave count is for me at the moment. And see, Telegram, social media and Twitter, यहाँ पे मतलब I show aggression towards people, towards some of the frauds and all. But when it comes to the chart, I am very humble. कि अगर यहाँ पे if I see there is something fishy happening, I might change my account, I might change my view. And over there I am very much matured enough to accept what is market unfolding, and then I will immediately admit कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं, ऐसा हो रहा है, I change my view. But मतलब लोग उल्टा करते हैं कि they show their aggression and ego in charts कि कुछ भी हो जाए their count remains the same, and then they try to show off by becoming very humble on social media. So you decide कि whom to actually call an expert, कि the person who is humble to the charts but aggressive on social media, or a person who is aggressive on charts and egoistic on charts but humble on social media. So this is what my analysis suggests, and I think similar view I had on Bank Nifty as well. I think people in my Telegram channel subscribers have been trading these moves quite well. I had given the pinpoint top and bottoms and everything. Over here I had forecasted कि यहाँ से A और B होगा and all. So this I will have to see properly. But similar है यहाँ पे भी, मतलब अभी I have not labeled this because Varun had asked me. That's why I went into the smaller time frames of Nifty. But I have not labeled this. So somewhere over here, maybe 3 formed, 4 formed, and I don't know. I don't want to go deep into it, but I know it very well कि यहाँ पे अपना क्या बोलते हैं 1 and 2 form हो गया है, and the trend is matured enough to go down. So exactly at this point, I think so people from my Telegram channel, when I shared them the view, they I think went short. और देखो superb fall मिल गया हम लोगों को, मतलब within a day or two they have captured on almost 1% move down in Bank Nifty as well as Nifty पे भी, मतलब कल ही मतलब निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी दोनों के भी मैंने टेलीग्राम सब्सक्राइबर्स को व्यू दिया था, और everybody right now is reaping the benefits and reaping the profits based on whatever charts I shared. So I will highly encourage you guys कि you should join my Telegram subscription. The insights I share are invaluable. And see, these charts are literally textbook charts. Means if you open a textbook, these are the schematics which the textbooks draw. मतलब ऐसा ये these are all schematic जैसा, मतलब literally charts है. If you see Nifty का लिटरली दिस इज तो मतलब टेक्स्ट बुक में जैसे पैटर्न्स दिखाते हैं, ड्रॉ करते, वो वैसा थियरी है. ऐसे चार्ट्स की WXY और Y में यू गेट अ ट्रायंगल एंड देन अगेन एन इंपल्स वेव गोज डाउन. सो अगर इसको अगर कोई और इंटरप्रेट दूसरी तरीके से इंटरप्रेट करता है तो गॉड नोज व्हाट ही हैज स्टडीड ऑन हिज एलियट वेव. मतलब going wrong is fine at an early stage. Going wrong is fine, but when you claim yourself to be an expert, then you make mistakes like this, then God bless you. So abhi we can in basic in conventional technical analysis terms, this is called an island reversal. If you guys remember, I had conducted a session in which I was explaining the gaps. I had said ki these are exhaustion gap which has formed, not a runaway gap. So basically just by gap analysis, just by knowing what kind of it is, you can identify the wave counts. So over here now we have got a complete island reversal. अब आइलैंड रिवर्सल में क्या होता है कि जो फर्स्ट गैप होता है इट इज एन एग्जॉशन गैप, एंड द सेकंड गैप होता है वो ब्रेक अवे गैप होता है. यू कैन सर्च इट ऑन internet also, or if you have John Murphy's books, तो उसके books में he has explained all the analysis regarding the gaps. John Murphy का technical analysis of financial markets में there is a thorough explanation on gaps. So you will now see कि how genuine my analysis was, कि this was an expansion, this was an exhaustion gap, फिर बीच में we got some sideways movement, and then now we are getting a breakaway gap. This entire portion is the island. This entire portion is the island, and this is a highly bearish indication. So, and what is the most bearish or most bullish wave? That is wave 3. So that is what we are getting. कि अभी in a smaller time frame we are seeing the wave 3 decline. So guys, you have any question? Okay, let's read what people are. Aradhya Triangle, thank you. Sure sir, got your point. Okay. Do you guys have any questions or queries? कुछ पूछना है कि अभी तो I have given you guys the clear view कि अभी कैसे चल रहा है चार्ट स्मॉलर टाइम फ्रेम पे. आई थिंक जो क्वेश्चन मुझे वरुण ने पूछा था कि what could be the internals for this wave 2, तो these are the detailed internals. We saw the view on Nifty. Bank Nifty is also similar only. और अभी चार्ट्स भी काफी बेरिश लग रहे हैं. आई थिंक टीसीएस एंड ऑल, उनका तो मतलब क्लियर व्यू मेरा था. If you guys follow my Twitter, मतलब right at the top when TCS was trading at 3,300, if you guys remember, Telegram subscribers, तो मतलब we were trading TCS on the long side, or I think some of our futures position, and right at 3,300 I had pinpointed the top saying कि अभी trend is going to reverse, और वहां पे people booked excellent profits, and then इमीडिएटली वो वही टॉप था. विद इन अ वीक जो डिक्लाइन चालू हुआ है, टीसीएस जैसा स्टॉक विद इन 2 to 3 weeks gave a decline of about 20%. That is quite amazing. After completing wave 5 of 1 of C, we can expect a pullback in the form of second wave. Do you expect the gap to be filled? वो तो जब फिल होगा तभी देखा जाएगा. अभी मतलब see, there is no such theory called gap filling, but most of the times the gap gets filled. Only runaway gaps do not get filled. So is this a runaway gap? This is a breakaway gap because we have an island. So breakaway gap का tendency होता है कि they will get partially filled. And मतलब this is also not a foolproof theory, but these are some of the guidelines. कि what are the guidelines for gaps? So exhaustion gap will 100% get filled. This was an exhaustion gap, so this gap will be filled. This was an exhaustion gap, this gap got filled. Now this is a breakaway gap. This gap, whether it will be fully filled or not, I cannot say, because this is a breakaway gap. Breakaway gap का tendency होता है कि most of the time it gets partially filled. कोई और question है before we wrap it up? I think we had a long session today. Small thing I was explaining, but I went in too deep. Okay, no worries. I think my explanation was quite thorough. Anything else, guys? So abhi literally you guys are seeing the greatness of these analysis which I am sharing on Twitter and all, कि पूरे मतलब सोशल मीडिया के जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, कितने लोगों ने आईटी स्टॉक्स में इतना बड़ा जो करेक्शन था वो पिन पॉइंट किया. अल्टीमेटली इलियट वेव का क्या पर्पस है? इलियट वेव का क्या पर्पस? कि जब ट्रेंड मैच्योर हो रहा है, रिवर्स हो रहा है, उस टाइम पे इफ यू आर एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई द रिवर्सल पॉइंट, तभी उस टेक्निक का यूज है. अभी सारे जो बाकी के लोग हैं वो क्या कर रहे हैं कि अरे हाँ स्टॉक ऊपर जा रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है, वेव 3 वेव 3 वेव 3, फिर नीचे आने लगा, अरे नहीं नहीं नहीं, दिस इज स्मॉलर वेव 2 ऑफ वेव 3. फिर वो जब एग्जैक्टली बॉटम पे होता है तब वो बोलते हैं कि नहीं अभी वेव 2 चल रहा है, वेव 2 चल रहा है. फिर एक दिन न्यूज की वजह से बड़ा गैप अप हो जाता है, टॉप बनाता है, अरे मैंने कहा था ना वेव 3 है, अभी वेव 2 खत्म हो गया, वेव 3 स्टार्ट हो गया. फिर एग्जैक्ट टॉप पे जब वेव 3 इज द मोस्ट बुलिश वेव, एग्जैक्ट टॉप पे फुल्ली बुलिश हो जाते हैं, फिर से मार्केट गिरना चालू हो जाता है. then they don't have anything to say, then they will bring in some another things कि मैंने पास्ट में बोला था ना ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा. फिर If you want to follow such people, if you want to be like them, you follow them. If you want to be a trend follower कि हाँ नहीं अभी mature trend है, now there could be a reversal, then you can tell who is the actual मतलब मैच्योर ट्रेडर कि ट्रेंड रिवर्सल के पॉइंट्स पे यू आर गेटिंग क्लूज व्हाट इज द मैच्योरिटी ऑफ द ट्रेंड, यू आर एबल टू फाइंड इट आउट. वैसे बनना है या अपना ईगो लेके चलना है कि नहीं मैंने बोला था ना ऐसे होगा वैसे होगा. So it's up to you. Learned a lot in today's session. Yes, of course. All the sessions, if you guys attend, there will always be something to learn. अभी मतलब मैं ये जो एनालिसिस इतने डीप टाइम फ्रेम्स पे जाके छोटे छोटे माइन्यूट वेव्स भी अगर लेबल कर पाता हूँ तो यू कैन इमेजिन कि मैंने कितना स्टडी किया होगा. दिस हैज नॉट कम जस्ट ओवरनाइट. इट हैज रिक्वायर्ड डेज एंड ईयर्स ऑफ स्टडी. मतलब ऑलमोस्ट मेन सारी जो किताबें हैं, इलियट वेव ले लो या टेक्निकल एनालिसिस ले लो, आई हैव स्टडीड देम थरोली. डू यू थिंक निफ्टी विल कंटिन्यू टू रन इन करेक्शन मोड टिल 2027? न्यू तो देखा जाएगा बट मोस्ट लाइकली हाँ. अभी दिस इज मतलब मैं सुजीत हैड अटेंडेड माय यस्टरडेज सेशन कि मतलब मैं इलियट वेव कोर्स लेता हूँ तो सुजीत इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट. ही इज गोइंग थ्रू द कोर्स अगेन. तो उस टाइम पे मैंने बहुत डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशंस दिए थे बेस्ड ऑन द एक्चुअल डिग्री एट विच द फॉल इज हैपनिंग करंटली इन निफ्टी की. जो 26 सितंबर 2024 में जो टॉप बना था उस टॉप के बेसिस पे अभी करेक्शन जो चल रहा है वो तो अभी लंबा चलेगा. ऐसे मतलब यू ओनली डू योर एनालिसिस एंड ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट कि when was the मतलब what was the degree at which the top was made. तो वो डिग्री टॉप बनने के लिए कितना टाइम लगा है. अगर इतना टाइम लगा है तो विल द करेक्शन कंप्लीट इन 9 months और 1 year? द आंसर इज नो. मतलब बड़े लंबे समय का टॉप बना है तो डेफिनेटली द करेक्शन विल आल्सो, एंड दिस इज अ कंसोलिडेशन वाला करेक्शन, सो दैट इज अ टाइम करेक्शन पीपल कॉल इट. तो टाइम करेक्शन इफ यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू कंप्लीट विद इन 1 year तो वैसा नहीं होता है. वो टाइम करेक्शन विल टेक टाइम. स्पेशली दिस ट्रेंडोनॉमिक्स इज ग्रेट पलटू. वैसे तो सभी है मतलब वो निशांत कुमार जो सबसे ज्यादा लोगों को मतलब ग्रेट लगता है वो तो मतलब वैसे ही है. वो इनको कुछ नहीं आता है, लिटरली कुछ नहीं आता है उनको. बेसिक करेक्टिव एंड इंपल्सिव वे उसका डिफरेंस भी समझ में नहीं आता है. ट्रायंगल्स आइडेंटिफाई करना नहीं आता है. वो निशांत कुमार भी मतलब यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट पे ही वाज क्लेमिंग देखा मैंने कहा था वेव 3 चालू हो गया. इस पॉइंट पे वो कह रहा था कि अभी वेव 3 स्टार्ट हो गया है. अभी तो सबसे मतलब इस एग्जैक्टली दिस पॉइंट, आई एम नॉट किडिंग, exactly at this point he was highly bullish and exactly at this point he was saying कि नहीं wave 2 चालू है. exactly at this point. so you guys can know कि कौन क्या है, किसका कितना लेवल है. मतलब can anybody, is anybody labeling it like this? no. so is anybody able to find out this triangle? clear textbook triangle है. is anybody able to label this triangle? no. so then they are not Elliotticians. finish. And they are so definitely not supposed to act like gurus and conduct classes and sell nonsense to others, fooling others. Okay, anyways, so we will wrap this session up. I think it was quite a long half an hour session, and I think I gave you guys all the deeper insights, the deeper internal counts of the wave 2 as well, and what might happen. And I will keep saying again कि एग्रेशन है वो सोशल मीडिया पे दिखाओ, दूसरी चीजों पे दिखाओ, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द चार्ट यू नीड टू बी हम्बल. कि अगर कुछ चार्ट में अगर कुछ अलग दिख रहा है देन यू act accordingly and change your labels. Market is not going to follow your labeling. Market will move on its own. We have to actually analyze and get the hints from the market ke moves ki what is actually happening. And then also there is very one important thing is कि डोंट बी बायस टू सम लेबल कि मतलब नहीं अभी तो वेव 2 है तो मतलब यहीं पे टॉप बनेगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. ये जो माइन्यूट चीजें हैं उनका एक अलग इंटेंशन होता है. अगर सपोज somebody is labeling exact top, so does it mean कि all this thing is a part of an impulse wave? No, this is all corrective. This is not impulsive. So first important thing is to focus on what is a correction and what is an impulse wave. You need to be able to differentiate between these two. अगर करेक्टिव वेव को इफ यू स्टार्ट कॉलिंग इट इम्पल्सिव, तो फिर you will never be able to identify the trend reversal points. If this triangle you did not find, and you call if you don't find this triangle, you can either call it wave ABC or wave 1 2 3. तो देन व्हाट इज द पॉइंट? योर एनालिसिस विल बी कि इस पॉइंट पे इधर मार्केट ऊपर भी जा सकता है, नीचे भी जा सकता है। उसका क्या मतलब है? मतलब वो तो मार्केट दो ही डायरेक्शंस में जाता है। डजंट मीन कि यू बिकम एन इलियोटिशियन कि इफ यू हैव दोनों साइड के टारगेट्स, दोनों साइड का दिस टारगेट इज आल्सो हाईली बुलिश, दिस टारगेट इज आल्सो हाईली बेरिश, तो क्या पॉइंट है? फिर एनालिसिस ही मत करो। अगर दोनों साइड पे डायरेक्शंस दे रहे हो और दोनों साइड पे इक्वली बुलिश इक्वली बेरिश रह रहे हो, तो फिर एनालिसिस ही मत करो। कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे तो भी मतलब वही रिजल्ट मिलेगा, 50-50 चांस। एंड गेटिंग a move in your direction of assessment doesn't mean you have mastered Elliott wave. Elliott wave is very dynamic and market only heads in two directions. Either it goes up or it goes down. So getting some portion of your analysis correct is all probabilistic theory. Anyways, so we will wrap it up. It was a nice session, nice for connecting. Guys, you need to like my live sessions. I am sharing so many insights. You guys are learning so many new things. आप लाइक करो, शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब करो, तभी जाके मतलब आई विल ऑल्सो फील मोटिवेटेड ना। इवन ट्विटर पे इतना सब कुछ मैं शेयर करता हूँ, आई एम सीइंग 1 लाइक 2 लाइक। अरे यू गाइज नीड टू सपोर्ट मी, आई एम सपोर्टिंग यू सो मच, आई एम हेल्पिंग यू सो मच। तो how I will be happy if you guys are not even liking my Twitter post. अभी एटलीस्ट 7 to 8 लोगों ने मेरा ये सेशन अटेंड किया, आई एम सीइंग ओनली 1 लाइक, दिस इज नॉट फेयर। एनीवेज, चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट, hope you guys trade well in the coming week and see you on next Friday. I am ending this stream.